Understanding how our emotions or feelings compel us to do certain things is a key element in you being successful. Most weight loss programs or books don't even talk about this. They encourage you to do new things or a new diet or a new exercise program and then force yourself to do those things. They don't take into effect how important and how compelling our emotions are. Your emotions compel you, get you to do things, not your thoughts. You may think, okay, I need to eat this certain way, or I need to exercise and do this to get the results of weight loss that I want, but then what happens? You get into the situation, your emotions kick in, and suddenly now you don't feel like eating the whatever, you feel like eating the other things that you're used to eating. Or you don't feel like getting out of bed because you're not used to getting out of bed, you're used to sleeping until 7:30, whatever. So understanding how compelling and how powerful your emotions are is key for you to get past those. And here's what happens is most people think that their emotions are who they are. Your emotions aren't who you are. Your emotions are a product of your thoughts. So it's important that we understand where our emotions come from, because it's essential for you to have the emotions for success. The emotions for success that will drive you, compel you, and push you to success are things like confidence, are things like believing, are things like determination, are things like happiness, feeling good about yourself, feeling optimistic about the future. Those are the feelings that you have to have. And if you don't have those, you're not going to get to the results that you want. Now most people think that, well, yeah, I experience those feelings sometimes, but not often. How do you get yourself to experience those feelings? Feelings just come from life, If I have a good day, I'll feel good. If I have a lousy day, I'll feel bad. If I have something happen to me and I feel bad. We all think that life just gives us these emotions, and we have no control over them. And my life is full of negative emotions because I had all these negative people around me, and you don't understand my life, etc. But truly, your emotions come from your thoughts. And understanding the process of how you get emotions will free you from thinking that you're chained by your emotions. And this is so important, and it's such a key element to what I'll be teaching you. So this is real important. So as an event happens in your life, so for example, you send out a text message and you don't get a response as soon as you think you should. Now you have a thought. And your thought could be several things. It could be, well, their battery must have died, or, well, they must just be busy, or maybe they're just ignoring, maybe they're ignoring me, or maybe they were hurt or injured in an accident. So there's several things that we could think, several thoughts we could have based on that event. Now, depending on which one we choose, let's say we decide to choose, they're ignoring me. That's going to make us feel a certain way, isn't it? Versus if our thought was, they must have got hurt. It's going to make us feel a different way. So if I feel like, if my thought is, they must be ignoring me, I'm going to feel hurt. And then from feeling hurt, I might text them back, why are you ignoring me? Did you get my text? Or you see them later on and you're kind of grumpy with them. And that hurts the relationship and whatever, then, ramifications after that, whatever. Or what if the thought was, what if they're hurt? And you feel worried about them, and you actually pick up and call and ask, are you okay? And maybe show some empathy, or by calling, they get the message that you care about them and that you're worried about them. So by those two different thoughts, you have tremendously different outcomes, can't you? So where you want to place your willpower and your effort is in where the thoughts come into play. Now what happens is, an event happens, we have an automatic thought, and we go right to the emotion. It's a bam, 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 quick thing, because our subconscious brain works instantaneously, and it's designed to work super quick to protect us from danger. So as soon as something happens, we have a negative thought, and boom, we have a negative emotion, and once we get to the emotion, it's real hard to change that, once you're stuck in that emotion. You ever been in a funky mood and someone says, come on, cheer up? Does it help? No, once you're in an emotion, you get really stuck. Because an emotion produces other negative thoughts, and it's kind of a self-fulfilling thing where once you're in it, you got to just give it time to go away. It's real hard to change it. So you really want to stop it, the process. That's the key, is to slow it down. So once you have a thing, you think about the thoughts, and you actually stop and you ask yourself, you have a dialogue with yourself, okay, well, what else could it be? And with the example I just gave you, it could be their battery was dead, they're busy, there could be several other things. And then you got to train yourself to give your mind the benefit of the doubt. Don't always assume the most negative. That's what we usually do, assume the most negative. So by that, you can at least get to a point of, I'm not sure what's going on, rather than, I know they're ignoring me. And then the feelings and the emotions that come from that, and how that controls the rest of your day, perhaps. Critical thing here. We're going to go to the chalkboard here in just a second, so I'll see you at the board. Alright, so on the board you can see we have an event. So an event takes place in your life. For example, you send out a text message and you don't get the response in the time that you think you should get a response back. You have a thought. That produces a thought, which is typically an interpretation of that event based on experience. And then from that interpretation, whatever thought that you have, that develops a feeling emotionally within your body. You feel a certain feeling, and it's an emotion. And then, of course, from how we feel, it's what you do. So this is the key pattern. This is the key sequence that you really want to ingrain into your thinking, that if you want to do something differently, to get different outcomes in your life, then you have to focus on, you can't change the events, right? You can't change this, because that's life. Events happen, things happen. But where we focus our attention is right here, is on these thoughts that occur and the interpretation that takes place to choose a certain thought that we believe is true that gives us a certain feeling. Okay, once we get to the feelings, the emotion, then we're locked in. The emotions, that strong, powerful feeling within our body that compels us to do certain things. So it's real important that we guard our thoughts, that we spend some time, rather than just going boom, 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 that we go event, thoughts, and wait a minute, let's think this through a little bit here. What other thoughts, what other things could be happening? And then ask yourself this, if there are several different things that could occur, like the example I gave with the text messaging, which choice makes you feel the best? Why choose something that's going to make you feel lousy when you really don't know for sure? But people do this all the time. Why? Because your subconscious brain is a defense mechanism. At the core of how it's designed to protect you. So no wonder it throws out the most negative option. They must be ignoring me. They must have they don't like me anymore. Whatever, something really hurtful. It's our subconscious mind will hone in, it will see the danger in the most hurtful option or interpretation from that event. And to live a healthy, successful life, you've got to retrain your brain consciously to go, wait a minute, they could be ignoring me, but no, there's something else is going on. At least give yourself the benefit of the doubt. It's going to make you feel a ton better, and it's going to help by feeling better. You're going to do different things, you're going to do better things in your life, and get the better outcomes in your life. So this sequence, I call it the what you do sequence. Why you do what you do sequence. From an event, you have a certain thought, which makes you feel a certain way, which gets you to do things in your life, and then you get the outcomes in your life. What is your life? You look at someone's got a great life, you look at someone's got a crappy life. The difference between those individuals isn't education, luck, family, whatever you can think of. It's right here. These individuals have a better control of their automatic thoughts. They don't let their brain go automatically negative. I think I should go to school. Oh no, I could never do well in school. Okay, so they never go to college, and they end up working a job they don't like. So that this whole process is truly your life. Once you master this and understand this, become aware of this, you're like, holy crap, if I just spend some time here, I can improve what I do, and from what I do, I can improve my life. So that's our lesson today. This is Dave Erickson. Live by choice.